Sorry about that. Hello everyone and welcome to my particular call to arms, as you can see on the screen, about you-know-what, net neutrality. Here is basically what happened. As you can see, Comcast pretty much cut Netflix off of their particular customers only. This is where it starts, but as you can see, this is actually their calls to their customer support of 20% only. Hello! And then it's finally going back down again. Now, this is after hearing things about how Comcast is actually pulling stuff like this. Doesn't this sound a lot like the stuff before antitrust laws existed in the first place? Because I have watched quite a lot of History Channel stuff, and this sounds a lot like a little thing called organized bullshit. Because if you look at this map here, this shows you basically the biggest major broadband companies in the entire... Keep in mind, mine is zoomed in, by the way. And yes, I am using Firefox, Edge, Chrome, blah, 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 blah. Let's not worry about that. Pfft, of all things, Mediacom is actually a player on one of these. That is hilarious. That right there is hilarious. Mediacom is actually on this map. Holy shit. Now, as you can see, as we just saw about how Comcast is right there, this is all the Comcast controls states, all these pink ones. So every one of you that goes through Comcast had your internet for Netflix slowed down severely. Yes, indeed. Hey, look, even Delaware is in there. Little puny state. Rhode Island actually isn't part of this big purple blob, pink blob. Hey, look, another weird company that I've never heard of, Filmwar or whatever. Then, of course, well, these two you can kind of understand. I mean, they're not exactly part of the connected part of it. CenturyLink is on here. But yeah, as you can see, here's all this Cox and all this Comcast and all this. Those two are pretty much covering most of the map, as well as this Weather Channel. Time Warner Cable. Oh ho ho! Let's talk about them, shall we? By far, literally one of the worst rated companies. Now, I watched videos which, naturally, since they're other YouTube videos, I can't really show them on mine without their permission, and I don't really want to wait. But I have seen on theirs that they are literally, I even heard this from Rooster Teeth, they are one of the shittiest cable and internet providers on the history of the planet. Planet! Not country. Planet. And yet here they are trying to charge us even more money and pay everyone else more money. Imagine if every road, for example, you know that whole fast lane and slow lane and fast lane and faster lane bullshit? Rule number 1. Every single road that you ever see will have a toll booth. Every one of them. See, all of these? Every one of these is someone that Netflix and YouTube and Google and every single one of these companies, they will have to pay to get a certain percentage of the fast speeds that they will supposedly provide, which they don't. Because if they did, they would have sold it to us for more money. There is no faster lane that they're developing behind closed scenes. That's what Google Fiber is doing. And another thing is, as you can see, this is how this works. Here is the actual map of things that are covered, not just the majority. Yeah. Sadly, this is like near illegible, so this kind of one right here is kind of indigo-ish color. That is Comcast. See all this kind of bluish crap? Who's the purple one? Purple one is Time Warner Cable. Look at that. See how there's no interlinking whatsoever? Mid-continent, right there. Because that's the red one. Sorry, oh yeah, unpopulated areas, coverage. What is this? Insight? What the hell is Insight? The yellow one. Oh, there's Mediacom. Look at this weird-ass thing. Notice how there's like no overlap whatsoever? Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! You call this good internet coverage? Look at all this white and black shit. Now this gray area is places where nobody really lives, per se. At least with electricity and so on. But all of this white crap. Look at that. No internet for cable providers whatsoever. They have to go through satellite internet. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all that white. You call this something that you want your cable providers to have complete and total control over? Look at this nonsense. Look at that. It's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Now, of course, there's mountain time, which, the Rocky Mountains, so on and so forth. I can kind of understand that, but still. And if we zoom out enough, this is what areas are generally covered in general. Not too bad until you zoom in and you actually see... Yeah. Not so good. Especially with all this white crap. Look at that. That is pure white. That is not being covered in the state of Pennsylvania alone. Yeah. And another thing. Oh, that's where I found that. I can get rid of that. What is this? Ah, yes. Monopolies. Anyone who doesn't know, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, where Al Capone killed 7 of his rivals in a single day, or night, as it were, they made, after that, Lucky Johnson, I can cite my source, it's Discovery Channel's Dirtiest Jobs guy on Amazon. Hold on, I have it on my files here. He actually talks about this in these videos. Naturally, I can't show them. It's not... Oh, right, it's on my portable. But yes, he does actually... Aha, how booze built America. How did it build America? Well, for starters, Prohibition made gangsters like Al Capone actually have money. And then, after he killed 7 of his rivals, Lucky Johnson, another big player, was like, hey, why don't we stop killing each other and actually map out the territories rather than fighting over them? Why don't we work together? As separate companies, separate whatever, but let's work together behind the scenes nonetheless. Everybody's like, alright. And guess what? That is this bullshit right here. Comcast has, hey, I got this state, this, and yes, I saw in one of those other videos that, yes, they did in fact, on a news site, mind you, they did in fact have such powwows to decide, hey, what towns are yours, what towns are mine, so on and so forth, for these other companies on this map, as you can see. Just because it's like, say, Maine. Maine, you are Time Warner Cable. That's what this map says. Oh yes, that is Time Warner Cable, okay. Now, if we go to another country, like, say, New York. New York is in this mess somewhere. Oh, there's Pennsylvania. That is mostly red, yes? Yes, we can all agree that that is a red map. Now, if we look here... Oh, wait, is that red? Is that Comcast? No, it isn't. That is mid-continent. Unless that dark red, which is Cablevision. I have no idea what that is. But, nonetheless, that is not purple, is it? But on this map, it kind of is. Oh, nope, that's green. That's Time Warner Cable, of all things, in New York. Let's see here. What shape is New York again? Okay, so we have to go this way. Oh. But still, you can see all of this. This is not Time Warner Cable down here, as it says on this map. See that green Time Warner Cable? This up here is Time Warner Cable. This down here is not Time Warner Cable. And that is Long Island, mind you, where New York City is in the general vicinity of. Yeah. You think that Time Warner Cable had a little powwow with them to decide that? Probably, because, as I saw, Comcast and Time Warner Cable were like, yeah, we have a peace deal, so we're not going to fuck with each other or each other's territory at all. Yeah. Capitalism, huh? I don't think so. And neither does anybody else. And here comes the fun part. Oh, wait, this, as you can see, you can always see all of these links. I'll probably post at least half of them, depending on how much, I don't know. I'll hopefully try to get them as annotations, but we'll see. This is basically the FCC, so on and so forth. Lobbyist, by the way. This guy was a former lobbyist for people like Verizon to fight for exactly the death of net neutrality itself. For those who didn't understand, that's what we're talking about. Is now in charge of the one who gets to make those decisions. Thankfully, he's only the one in charge and there are other checks and balances and so forth that supposedly will stop him, but he still has a lot of influence now because of that. And the president himself said, yeah, this is okay. What is this bullshit? The whole point of this, hey, we're going to be bipartisan so that we will argue about everything? Hello? You're not really arguing about big cable providers providing a bunch of nuisances to bother you, are you? No, you're not. Why is that? I wonder. But nonetheless, let's see here. Definition. Aha! Organized crime. Let's start with this, shall we? A powerful, ruthless, large-scale network of professional criminals or such networks in general. They don't have to be criminals to be organized on a powerful and ruthless large scale. They are trying to make crime legal. And guess what? They can't charge us more money, but you know who they can charge more? The sites we like. Hey, Amazon, I kind of noticed that you're kind of a big-ass site. It says Comcast, for example. You know how you have this new thing called Amazon Prime, aha. That they send me a weekly email to try and get me to use the service? How about we charging you $50 per customer in the state of California? Don't like it? Okay. Pew! Dead internet. And guess who gets called? It ain't the cable company that caused the downfall. It's the company that won't pay the price. This is Netflix being called right here about their slow service. Not Comcast being called about, hey, stop slowing down our shit. No, no, no. And another thing is they have a little thing called a monopoly in that general area. Notice how this is not a majority map from the FCC themselves, mind you. See that? FCC made this map themselves. There is extremely tiny overlaps, as you can very clearly see. Yeah. I don't see... let's scroll over to California. Look at this. Look at this BS. Okay, well, there's a little overlap. What the hell are these cities? Oh, that's Southern California. We don't care about that. We're looking for San Francisco. Oh, there's Sacramento, the capital. Clearly being controlled by... looks like Comcast or Suddenlink. Yeah, I'd say that's Comcast. Look at all this nonsense. There's the capital of California right there. There is, where the frack is LA and San Francisco. Those are the other big cities. Where are you? Oh, you can't even see. Hey, let's look at Las Vegas, actually. Aha! Las Vegas is controlled by Cox. Yeah. Who's this yellow one? Who are you? Charter Communications, it says. Hey, cool, you can actually hold it. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. You can hover over it, and it tells you who it is. Oh, that's convenient. Yeah, no overlap kind of whatsoever there, and it's kind of white and gray, isn't it? So that's enough of me rambling about. God damn it, I selected the whole... How did I even accomplish that? Oh, hey, look, Washington, D.C. That is controlled by Cox Communications. How do I get rid of the... I accidentally did the whole select all thing like this. Oh. Yeah. I don't even think that's Washington, D.C. controlled by Cox. I think that's Comcast. Hey, D.C. Hey, Congressman, I know you made this law that says that we can do this. So, yeah, you know those sites, like your sites, the .govs? Give us more money. That will be about the only way for these guys to change those damn laws. Start the frack up. Ah. Turning this off. I always forget to do that right before I record. Okay, so that's mostly me rambling done. Monopoly, antitrust laws, yeah. Not really doing its job, is it? Let's see here, what else do we got? Oh, yes! Now we come to the conclusion of this little video. Please send your thoughts about net neutrality to blah 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 at fcc.government. Aha. Also, internet trolls and so on and so forth, sending hate mail, death threats, etc., you will be filing a document onto the official government records. All information that you click the submit button on, including your name, address, so on, will be put on a little thing called the wall of shame, called the internet. Please watch what you comment, internet trolls, reasonable people, etc. that are watching this video. Watch what you say and still do the damage. There's probably some poor cleric, secretary, etc. that's reading this, not the big-ass people making the big-ass money. Do not send that kind of hatred to them. Send indirect hatred about not them, but the ones that are supposed to have this read out loud to in the middle of those damn meetings. Do not send that kind of hate at all. Send the things that I have said, things that others have said about this. Send them proof that they are full of bullshit. Do not use swear words because they will probably they probably have some sort of stupid filter to filter out swear words and internet hate. Or if you send things like death threats and everything, they will probably send a little thing called the FBI after you. And yeah, they take those more seriously than you think. They take those about as seriously as the TSA. Yeah, have fun with them. So yeah, don't send your hatred. Send your condescending disappointment in their lack of maturity, so on and so forth. Do not insult them with swear words. Insult them with everything that you can think of that you can get away with. Not swear words, not death threats, not flat-out spasming misspelled crap. Type it up in Microsoft Word, type it up in whatever Macintosh uses, type it up in anything with spell check first, then copy and paste. Because let's face it, you don't want to write it twice. I don't want to write it twice. You don't want to write it twice. No one wants to write it twice. Okay? At least use freaking spell check. Okay? And another thing, people like Google and everything have already said, put net neutrality in. The ones with the money to pay for this have said, keep these laws as they are. Send information like that. Send the information like I have sent. Send the information, the proof in the pudding, to them through this open internet bullshit. And of course there's some other site too. It's like net neutrality. Net neutrality. Where is it? Definition, no. Comments. Comment period. There we go. Oh, look at that. We got 5 days, guys. We have 5 days to post our comments on this issue. Ah, you see it's loading slower. Imagine if this didn't load at all, because cable companies didn't like the fact that they were being skewed against. Get rid of this bullshit. You know what? Fuck it. Turn on ad blocker for this retarded site. No. Never mind. What does this do? This goes to network world. Oh, that's an HTML. That's not what we want. That's an article. That links to this exact article, I think. Aha! fcc.gov/comments. Go to town, everybody. Go to town. And have fun without getting into serious trouble over it. I am not responsible for telling you to do bad things, because I'm not telling you to do bad things. I'm telling you to cite your sources, to send the information, to do what you can get away with, not what you can't get away with. I'll leave that up to the rest of you. Once again, no death threats, etc. Because that is a federal offense, and you can go to federal, not state prison, not normal jail, not, hey, you're going to jail for the night. No. You're going to the drug dealers kind of jail. To the terrorist and traitor kind of jail. Because, yeah, they think that shit like that actually works for someone who posts a hateful internet comment because they're too angry at the moment to actually consider what a good idea is. Because it's just teep, 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 teep on the internet. Yeah. Long story short, I'm sorry for taking 20 minutes of your time for this, especially with all this other stuff flying around from everybody else, so on and so forth. Let's make this more than a day, shall we? Instead of, hey, here's one day where we're pretending to make a difference, why don't we actually make a difference and fill out this bullshit? Yes, it is bullshit, but guess what? This is the bullshit they made. If they don't use it, then the shitstorm starts. Let us kill the ones who want... Let us kill the ideology of killing net neutrality. Sorry, I didn't word it correctly there. But yes, let us kill the ideology. Let us kill the idea of killing net neutrality. Okay? It's the same with prohibition. Was it a good idea? No. Did they want it? Yes. Did they regret it? Yes. Let's not make a second prohibition for the internet, everybody. Have fun, and fill out this form, please. Remember, that is fcc.gov/comments. Here, I will even copy and paste it onto the almighty sticky notes. I need to email that guy. God damn it, I forgot to write down it was at gmail.com. I need to email that guy. He's one of the guys I want to ask Let's Play permission for. Sadly, he's one of those small indie devs that doesn't have an actual, game account, so I just have to email his personal account. Please don't spam him. Please don't. I think that's who it is. Long story short, thank you all for watching so far, and let's actually put this in, like, every one of the videos for this week and so on. Fill out this form. Hopefully you'll fill it out, like, once a day. I mean, it's about the same as brushing your teeth. That's probably about how long it's probably going to take. All of you who don't care anymore, you can all stop watching now. I'm just going to fill this out and see just how long it actually takes. Where do I fill this out? So yeah, this is going to be the guide for how to fill this out. Let's see here. Is this it? Okay. Form a comment, form a complaint, discuss. Let's just comment. Oh, that didn't work, did it? What does this do? No, it's not. Let's just go click. Is this it? Hey, look, they're slowing it down. Guess who doesn't want you to search for this stuff? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Really now? Where is the damn comment section? Keep in mind, this is like a guide that I haven't really searched for myself, so... How do we use this piece of junk? Do we email? No. Complain. By people with disabilities? No. No. Broadband service. Oh, look. No. No, that's not it. Okay, so if we scroll down here, we should theoretically find that next button. How do we actually comment on this BS? Get help and answers for your common needs. How do I file a complaint against my ISP? Answer: lawyer. Answer: lobbyist. Not an answer. Filling out a little piece of a forum that they won't answer. Connecting America. All a bunch of lies. Well, not really lies as much as just intentions that will never come through because... Duh. Anyone who doesn't understand the government at this point probably shouldn't be watching this video because they're probably not going to fill out the form anyway. Is this the button I want? Keep in mind, I just naturally have slow internet. I have like 5 down. Oh! Well, we found it, guys. So I'm going to have to end the video here because, frankly, you don't need to know any of this information outside of what I'm about to type. Oops. Sorry, I don't actually type with all my hands like that standard home row nonsense. I usually found that kind of in the way more than anything else, so I just type with like 3 fingers. So I tend to mistype a lot, but I tend to type really fast too. I don't know if I want to put a comma or a semicolon there. I wanted the V button, not those buttons. That one I actually want a semicolon. Oops! Because it's basically a way of saying period and comma at the same time. Commonly used in thesis statements and so on, where you have to put a lot of things into a single freaking sentence for no reason. Do I want to put anything else? Yeah, let's go ahead and post a link to this. And then that should just about do it. Where the hell did I put it? Where did it go? Oh. Capital. Need to put capital up here too. I don't know if I really need the colon there, but it's a good way to just separate it. Thank you all for watching, and for those of you who need to know how to fill out the form, that seems to be the way to do it. Thank you all for putting up with this, dear God, 30-minute episode of just this nonsense. But at least now, you guys can have a guide for how to do it. So, yeah. Keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion. You don't need to comment on that at all. If I see you guys commenting on it, I will probably try to hide those comments. Because, well, actually, I might just turn off comments on that particular video. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope that you guys will voice your opinions on this. Let's stop net neutrality from not existing anymore. Let's save net neutrality. That's a good way to word it. Let's save net neutrality before... yeah. You get the idea. Let's save net neutrality, guys. Thanks for watching.